really nothing. There's really nothing much I can say, but thank you for this experience. It's worth more than any of the championships we won. Maski kung konti yan, this is the best championship we won, the gold. So I will give the floor to this gentleman here who helped us a lot during this campaign, who was there in the dugout, was there everywhere, who was in the mind of every player. So, and of course the commissioner, this guy is very transparent. He can curse the players and they don't feel bad. He's very honest, very transparent, and the wisdom of the team. So I am happy to be with this sport, with these three gentlemen. So I give it to the man of the hour. Okay.
Thank you. Maraming salamat na pupunta nyo rito dahil yung oras na biglaan. Dahil ang daming meetings, ang daming schedule, ang daming interviews and everything. But I think we owe it to you guys. Remember, a month ago, or to be exact, September 6 or 7, nagkaroon kami ng press conference because of the problem. And then after that, we got another press conference, a second problem about walang players. And what chairman said, wala nang ibang gagawa na ito kundi kami na lang, kaya lalaban kami. You know, remember what I said was the easiest way is not to join. And for us, four of us, it's not an option. Even with coach team, the players. Yung hirap na dinaanan ho namin sa lahat, sa accreditation, sa paalis na lang sa airport, the four players, muntik pa hindi makalipad, nilalabas na yung mga maleta nila, no? Yeah, so we're really struggling. And then the coach team asked me, pagdating namin doon, kailangan kami mag-practice para matagtaging player. Because, you know, we left early in the morning, but they arrived around 6 p.m. So we arranged, me and Com, we arranged the gym, everything, kasi hindi namin alam kung saan eh. Pagdating namin doon, yung gym parang community service. Wala. Tapos wala kaming bola. So, wala. Hindi kami nakapag-practice. You know, and then, to tell you frankly, I'm with chairman and vice chairman and Willie. Every game, we have to walk at least 100 meters away or more than. Just para kami nag-warm up na. Just to reach the gym. Pagdating doon, pahirapan sa ID that us can sit at the bench pero bawal kami sa dugout. Pinalalabas kami. We don't know why. The funny thing, that's freaking every day. The funny thing, when we beat China, susunod na yung Jordan, pinapasok na yung bus namin. Pero nung before namin sila makalaban, everyday naglalakad kami. Everyday. You know, that's why I told Coach Tim, you know, sabi ko, hindi naman pwedeng umulan na araw-araw. Aaraw din yan. So, yung sacrifices, yung hirap, yung pinagdaanan natin, I told him, may magandang kapalit. Yun, sa tulong ng Diyos, nakuha natin yung ginto.
Nagdadagdag ako. Ito personal, happy na ako sa number 4. Happy na talaga ako sa hirap namin, di ba? Sabi ko, to be able to achieve top 4, I was happy. Then, we beat China. Miracle win, di ba? Can you imagine that? Nagising na lang ako, katabi ko to kasi paminsan-minsan sa bleachers kami nakaupo eh. Pero nagising na lang ako, sabi ni Shena sa akin, boss, lamang na tayo. So, talaga. So, then we beat China. Then I said, wow, then let's go for it. So then that's when the miracle really happened. Sabi nga nila, we were in the PBA, you don't lose to a team back-to-back because you have best of 5, right? In a 7-game series. So we did not lose back-to-back. We won. That was the battle cry there. The other battle cry of team and our team in the dugout and written in the wall, I was told. Kasi minsan lang kami nag-dugout eh. because we had to hide ourselves to get to the dugout and we couldn't get out of the dugout. So we watched the game inside the dugout, right? So, nakalagay doon sa board, we only need 1 point to win. You know that, right? So we won by 1 point in 2 of the most important games of our life. So, like I said, Tim is a player's coach. This guy gets into the mind of every player. You know, this is like our tatay. He can shout at you, he can tell you what's wrong with you, and they will not get mad. And this one puts calm into all our hearts. So, this is a great team. We're happy that we took this challenge. When we were going there, grabe yung pinag-uusapan namin. What a big risk we're taking. Di ba? Lalo na yung first time, wala kaming practice. Iisa lang ang naging scrimmage na, di ba? Iisa lang. And we were saying, wow, we were supposed to play 4 games. 4 na laro na kahihiyan. Di ba? But instead, we chose to come. No? Instead of saying na kahihiyan isang beses lang by not coming. But we chose to come. The fear was 4 games, every game we lose, and it's going to be a big social media crisis for us. But we said, no, we will still play. So then we're there. So for that, we had 2 great supporters who was with us all the way. Diba? One of them is called RSA, and the other one was called MVP. And both of them just spoke to us today. So we spoke with them just today.
Minutes ago.
MVP spoke to us and RSA spoke to us, and we profusely thank them. Can you imagine these 2 gentlemen getting together? Our future of basketball. Okay. And what was different? Also, we'd like to thank the SPP because they actually outsourced basketball to the PBA for the first time. We were allowed to choose we were allowed to manage the team, we were allowed to choose the players that was there, we were allowed to do everything we wanted. And the SPP just empowered the PBA. So we have to be humble in this victory because 4 years from now we defend this crown and we can start today. So again, thank you. Ito. Yung favorite word mo, hindi ko nasasabihin. But he always says after he gets mad, I love you. Then, I love you. Bro, thank you. Thank you.
Ito, gusto ko lang pakita sa inyo, no? This is my chairman and my vice chairman. First game, they're inside the dugout. They didn't watch the game. They didn't allow them to go. That's why. Yan sila, nagpakuha nila ng picture sila sa amin. They said it's not wala raw accreditation, walang ganyan. Wala, totally wala. And then the funny thing, I'm gonna show you something. So, sabi namin, sige, ticket na lang. Bigyan na lang ng ticket para makita. And this is the, ganyan sila kalayo, binigyan ng ticket. Did you see that? Nasa gallery. Malapit na sila sa bubong. Okay? But again, what Chairman said, yung hirap namin, okay lang. May kalalabasan na maganda doon. And the 4 of us always thinking na ganito. Sabi ni Chairman, Final 4, okay na tayo. Di ba? Kasi wala pang nakaka-Final 4. So we did. Di ba? Isa pa. Hanggang sa, when we beat China, it's a miracle win. Nagtitingin na kami, hindi kami makapaniwala of what happened. No? It's a God-given win. Diba? So, sabi ko nga sa post ko, kakampi namin ng Diyos. Sila, kung sino bang kakampi nila, hindi ko alam. Basta kami kakampi namin ng Diyos. Okay?
Can you imagine 3 straight games in a row?
Yes.
Diba?
Yung isa 16 hours.
16 hours difference. Katapos,
16 hours.
ako inantok pa ako nun eh. Di ba, team player. Tapos rest. Katapos finals. My God. And then, we probably complained a lot to the organizers. And one of the officials there said, banged his laptop. You again? Basketball again? Even your God cannot help you.
Yes, that's what they said.
But it did, right?
Now we took them home.
Napakaswerte ko rin talaga dahil ngayon lang ako nakasama sa ganitong delegation eh. Nag-champion pa. So what more can I ask for? But wala akong masasabi sa mga dedication talaga ng mga players. But there are two things I think that really contributed a lot also to this campaign. No? We had a genius on the bench. Team ko. A master tactician, and given the time constraint to prepare a plan, he was able to simplify the complicated so that these players will be able to adapt to his system. Iba-ibang klase rin si Coach Steve. The second factor I think that I'd like to emphasize is the leadership of the team manager, no other than Alfrancis here. Kung nakita nyo lang siya, siguro hindi lahat nakikita sa TV. Pero every time there's a timeout, pagod na yung mga players, especially si Brownlee. Hahapusin si Brownlee. Kulang na lang, halikan eh. Bubulungan niya. Bubulungan niya si Brownlee. Hindi lang si Brownlee. Mga ibang players pa, sino? Lana, Newsom, lahat yan.
Alam nga ako, baka lumipat na si Newsom sa...
Mas delikado siya. No, but talagang ibang klase, anak, parang niyang anak yung mga player. Yun ang hindi nakikita ng mga tao kung paano mag-alaga ito si... Kaya pala, parang ilang 17 championships ka na ba? Ganong klaseng team manager ito. Mahirap hanapin sa ibang team. Ito ang the epitome of being a team manager. So, yung dalawang yun. We had a genius on the bench, and we had a really true leader, in the team.
Yeah. Not to forget Alpha Leo actually supported us very much and was with us in making the decision to go and fight and go to the Asian Games.
Maganda. After the game, like we beat China and before beating Jordan, Boss Arise will call me, telling me, Al, ganito, ganyan. Sabi mo sa mga bata, ganito. 2 minutes after, mamaya, sabihin ko sa'yo, 2 minutes after, ang tatawag naman si MVP. Sila naman mag-uusap. Tapos mag-uusap kami, join. You know? Sa China, mahirap. Even our credit cards, minsan din tinatanggap. Yung cash, bigyan mo ng 100, hindi ka susuklian. Kailangan may WeChat or PayPal. Ang alam ko lang PayMaya eh. So wala kami mano. So I just want to tell this story, no.
10 days magkasama.
Wala. Nagtitingin na, gusto ko na nga mga to eh. Na-inlove na ako. So when my boss called me up, Al, kamusta yung mga bata? Kumain ba? Ganyan. Sabi ko, opo boss. Okay naman kami sa hotel, okay naman ganyan. Hindi, pakainin mo sila sa labas. Sabi ko, hirap nga kami. Credit card, ayaw tanggapin. You know what my boss Aris did? He sent somebody from Hong Kong or isang China, sa taga China, went to Hangzhou to bring cash para makakain yung mga bata ng iba naman, hindi sa hotel. So we had a steak dinner, all of them, from ball boys to the head coach. Tapos, pakainin ba ganyan? Kasi may problema kami. Ang holiday was September 28 to October 6. So, holiday in China. So, no banks, wala. So, the only thing na ginawa ni boss, nagpalipad ng tao from tumawag sa Hong Kong and then tumawag sa Guangdong, sa China. May dumating na lalaki doon sa akin, naka San Miguel na brewery, may dalang cash. Sabi niya, Francis, binigay niya para to feed the players. From one dome. That at least 2 hours flight. For the food and kahit ano, food and kung ano gusto ng mga bata. After we won, ganito, we had a steak dinner. A very good steak ang kinain nila. And then, of course, papasalamat lang ako. As sinasabi, swerte, the team. Kung walang suporta ni Boss RSA, saka ni MVP, patay kami. You know, they're the one giving us the power, the will to work hard because alam namin yung dalawang mabigat na sa likod namin. So, napakalaking bagay sa amin yun na ang kapalit na nabigay namin sa kanila is to win the gold. So, you know, parang nakakatawa. Pero mo, nasa malayo kami. Binibigyan nila kami para may pangkain yung mga bata.
Nakakatuwa talaga. You know, I also found out, in this campaign, patriotism is alive in this country. Wala kang masasabi dito sa mga players nito. Walang hiningi ito nung tinawagan lahat ni Alfrancis. You know, meron kami sana mga gusto sanang isama eh. Pero pag humihingi, wag na lang, hindi nyo pala mahal ang bayan.
Sabi ko sa inyo, ulitin ko. Yung 12 players na yon, actually 16, yung 4 pa na nawala, no? Tinawagan ko yan isa-isa dahil we need to practice right away because we got 12 days, right? Ni isang player doon, walang sinanong sa akin, magkano bayad sa amin? Magkano allowance? Magkano? Wala. That's the good thing. They're playing in the PBA, nag-sacrifice. The quickest way dati sinasabi namin is to withdraw. Sa kanila naglalabang kami. Walang hiningi. Wala. Ni Cinco, even sa hotel, no, di ka na even ask. Sabi ko, kahit mag-room service kayo, sagot yan, libre yan lahat. Sila, wala. Normal lahat. They didn't ask. Bigyan mo ng bonus, bigyan mo, what? They don't. Kaya bilib na bilib ako. Kami nila chairman, di ba? Yung sinasabi ni Vice Chairman na pag gusto namin kunin yung iba, ang unang tanong sa amin, magkano? Diba? Kaya, sabi ko, huwag na. Hindi natin kailangan yan. We're just gonna play. You know, that's why we're so proud of these players. Even Brownlee, even Kwame. Wala silang hiningi. They just want to win.
Thank you po. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Congratulations po and job well done. Question po to Governor Al. Sir, may nagpapatanong lang po sino yung pinaka-lucky charm daw. But on a more serious note po, you mentioned to some of our colleagues and to us yung pagpapadala ng advance party para to at least assess the situation para maging smooth somehow yung may pagmamanage nyo sa ating national team. So, to assess how tough it is for you and are you willing to be a Gilas manager once again sa mga future sorties ng ating national team. Thank you, sir.
Bigla ako nabingi. Hindi. Joke. Hindi, you know, we did something in this Asian Games. So, okay na, biglaan to di ba? Ang nag-appoint sa akin, ito si chairman nananahimik ako yun Di ba, ikaw na, kailangan ka ganyan. So, we don't control that. We're just proud because all players who played there, except for Kwame, lahat galing sa PBA. Yan ang PBA. Handang tumulong, no? Ngayon, tanong mo, if I'm gonna be the manager again, hindi namin hawak yun. SVP yan. Hindi kami. Di ba? Siguro, pag ikaw yung manager dito, bago umalis sa China, hanggang dumating China, pagdating mo, ayaw ka na. Sa hirap namin, no? Masaya lang kaming apat lagi. We're together, just cracking jokes. I got some video here, makikita mo na tawa lang kami ng tawa when we're walking. You know, yun lang siguro, hindi namin hawak yun.
Questions? Yeah.
Sir, I have a a lot of questions, but I won't ask all now. Oh, no, just one, I'm very curious about a lot of things that you said, Alfrancis. So are you saying that none of these players actually got paid to play in the national team? And are they not going to receive anything? Because we know in the past na, syempre may bayad ang mga national players.
Wala. They didn't get anything extra just to play for Asian Games. Wala. Now, if you're gonna ask kung meron silang matatanggap ngayon, of course, gold eh. Di ba? Of course. Boss RSA and MVP, Sir MVP, nag-join silang dalawa, nag-usap kami, and they're gonna give something to the players.
So you're saying they just got the regular allowance from the PSC of all the Asian Games athletes and an allowance from the SBP also?
May I answer that?
Yes, sir.
They were players of teams, right?
Yes.
So they have monthly pays.
Yes.
They continue to get those monthly pay, whether they played or they don't play. That's I think what is meant. They continue to get the monthly pay,
Understood.
supported by each. Other than that, there was not a single centavo that was
Wow.
given. Now let me also tell you a story, because I was on the phone. And I spoke to one player that we wanted to play for the team. He said, yes, I love the country. I will play for the team.
Mhm.
And then he says, talk to my manager. Then the manager came back and says, he will play as long as you pay him. Then I went to Alfrancis and to Tim. I said, no, we're willing to support you. We're willing to bring this player in. We need this player badly, but this is the amount of money he wants. And then Tim and Alfrancis said, no, he's asking for the moon. It's going to destroy the team. That's amount of money he's asking for is even greater than what we pay for in our own naturalized player.
Sir, sino yung player?
Willie Marcial.
I'd rather not say
I
that.
understand.
But he was not the only one.
Oh.
There was another one that we also asked and was also asking. And Alfrancis said that no. And it was a battle cry for us. We will play because you truly love to play, and you came here because you wanted to play. We're not forcing you. So that was our first statement to everybody in that room. You're here because you want to play. If we're forcing you to play, you can leave the room. And it was made very clear by Alfrancis. Everybody wanted to play, including those 4 players who practiced and later on we said would no longer play, because they were not in the list. They were literally crying because they wanted to play. So iba yung team na to. I mean, this team was one composed of, they're not the best on paper, and you might criticize us for not getting the best on paper, but they were the best team in Asia. So that's what happened. Not the best, but the best team in Asia. Because
Sure.
they all wanted
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah. Sir, moving forward, since this is what happened, this incredible success, that you could see that there was really the hunger and the drive to play with the intention of winning for the country. Moving forward, sa mga susunod na national teams, this is going to be also now the standard that you're not gonna pay and not gonna pay extra, and you're just gonna get players who just really want to do it for the country, and then bahala na kung manalo and then may bonus. Is that gonna be how it is?
That's SBP. But I'm not comparing our team to the other national team. If we're teammates and alam niya that I'm getting paid and he played better than me, sa susunod na kinuha mo yan, for sure sa talo niya. Ba't ako walang bayad? Ito may bayad, mas magaling ako dito. See, that's why that's not a team anymore. Kasi nagkakaingitan na eh. And this is what happened to Asian Games. Itong team na sinasabi namin, maybe in papers, wala. But for me, they're the best team. Because they're playing or yung functionally is as one. No, they don't, ikaw may bayad, ako wala. So na-stop namin kagad yun from the start.
Last round from me this round. I wanted to ask Kong Will, I'm really curious to know how was the dynamic in the locker room? I can imagine with you there. You were allowed, no, in the locker? And
No.
ah, no.
That was fine.
Pero ikaw,
So that every game is
yeah. Can you tell me what it was like? What were, if you know, what were you saying? How was the vibe? Paano yung mga mura-mura mo? Na sinabi ni Coach. Pero it worked. It worked.
Yung dynamic sa loob ng dugout, masaya sa simula. Papatugtog pa lang sa bus, nagkakantahan sa bus, pagbaba sa dugouts, kulitan. Pero pag nagsimula na ng nagsalita si coach team, yun na. Sasabihin na niya kung anong dapat ang gawin mo. Ito tayo. Meron nga siyang sinabi na, alam nyo, hindi ko akalain na makakatabla tayo sa halftime. Alam mo naman yung kung sino yun Nakatabla tayo sa halftime. Tuwang-tuwa na ako nakatabla tayo sa halftime kasi hindi ko akalain natatabla tayo. Pero sinayang natin yung lamang natin. Pero okay lang yun. Okay lang yun. Kalimutan niya yung lamang natin, pero kaya pala natin to. Ang galing ni Coach Tim. Doon ko lang siya narinig yung motivation niya, lahat. Tapos yung malaki na rin ang lamang natin. Sa China, pumasok naman si Gov Alfrancis. Kaya natin to. Kahit ano pang lamang yan. Ganon. Kung ano yung typical na naririnig nyo. Tapos after the game, sayaw. Sa dugout sayawan, may tinachant sila, ang gulo. Tapos magpapatugtog kami palabas sa stadium. Kumakanta kami kung ano-ano kantang Tagalog. Palabas, Manila, kung ano, hanggang sa bus. Ganun kasaya itong team na to. Iba talaga yung samahan sa nakita ko.
Hindi ba yan pagod? Basta masaya.
Morning. Good afternoon po. Sir Al, having said that, yung sabi mo na hindi hawak hindi nyo hawak yung yung future ng Gilas. What if you're asked to be part of it again by the SBP? Are you willing to be part of it again?
Sa ngayon, di ko muna iniisip yun di ba? Ang SBP naman, marami silang tao, marami silang ganon. Ito nga, aksidente lang nangyari because our chairman, kinausap ako ni chairman, saka ni Tokayo ko, ni Alpanlilio na hawakan natin. Sama-sama tayong 5 dito. Kaya Voltes 5 yung tawag sa amin. Sige, yun. Pero yung ngayon, na plano, sa ngayon wala pa. Wala. Kasi nga, sila yun di ba? Sabi ko nga, ako, si Kong Willie, si Vice Bobby, saka si Chairman Ricky, yung tinawag kaming 4 para to handle this na pagbigyan namin. At talagang binigay namin 100%. Ngayon, yung mga susunod, hindi ko alam. Baka may plano sila mas maganda.
Pero Gov, kung kung hiningin ka ng suggestion or kunwari meron kang gustong yun nga, may suggestion ka on how the program should be run. Kasi meron tayong February window sa Asia Cup as well as the OQT. Kung meron kang masasuggest, ano yun sa SBP?
Actually, nandun pa lang kami. I'm telling them, you have to plan it now. You know, yung celebration, tapos na yun Tapos na, nakuha natin yung ginto. We have to plan it kung ano nang dadating. One, they have to check the schedules. Schedule ng PBA, ano ba, ganito, tatama ba rito? Kung kukuha kayong mga PBA players, hindi aabot dahil hanggang Feb kami. So, what's your next step? Kukuha kayo sa UAP, NCA, kukuha kayo ganito. Hindi biro. Kailangan planuhin nila yun.
Just to remind everyone, itong PBA break is the next longest break that the PBA sacrificed for the national team. And has affected directly our revenues. Ang longest break was the pandemic, di ba? prior to that pandemic, there were some breaks, but this is the longest break all the way to the Asian Games. And we were ready to start the conference, and we still moved it back to November 5. So I'd like to thank each and every person in governor, no? At saka yung owners ng team. Ang tagal nilang nawala. So by bringing back the gold to them, they feel very good about it, and hopefully by November 5, we can present to you the whole team in the opening of the PBA.
You were asking what can be suggested to the SBP. I think most important will be to already start planning and develop a national program, no? And that should be done yesterday, no? Because there will be windows, and in all fairness to the PBA will also have to address its own concerns. We would like to bring the PBA back to normalcy, no? We had only 2 conferences. The normalcy we're looking at is bring it to the regular 3 conferences. So in that sense, we have our own challenges also here in the PBA.
Siguro magtawag na lang ng basketball summit. Di ba? Nandun ang PBA, nandun UAP, nandun ang NCAA. So every stakeholder is there. Then we decide. The first thing we have to decide is to align our calendars to be able to make the players available. Yun ang importante. Available to practice, available to represent the country. At saka isa pang natutunan ko dito, kaya natin. Kaya natin from the talent that we have in this country. We don't need any other talent outside of this country.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and congratulations sa gold medal. Nabanggit na ni Ruben kanina yung dalawang upcoming na events. This calendar ng SPP, the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers in February and the OQT in July, no? So, nabanggit nyo na you want to get back to normal yung calendar ng PBA. Pero, tama bang sabihin na pagdating sa FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, medyo alanganin na ang PBA dyan? And what about for the OQT na will still happen in July pa?
Juan, tungkol dun sa mga OQT, Asian Cup, kailangan mag-usap muna kami ng SBP kung anong plano. After mag-usap kami ng SBP, kailangan ko kusapin ko mga governors kung ano talaga plano. Mag-present ang SBP sa mga governors. Tapos tingnan natin kung anong pwedeng maibigay ng PBA. Nandiyan naman kami lagi eh. Pero yun nga, tulad sinabi ni Vice, nahihirapan na rin ang PBA. Malaking kawalan, malaking sakripisyo na nahihiyan na kami sa team owners. Pero tingnan natin kung ano pa rin mabibigay namin. Pero kailangan namin ang programa ng SBP. Ano talaga programa nila para kung anong kaya namin suportahan.
Okay, thank you, Go.
Sirs. So a big part of the success, of course, is Coach Tim Cohn. As Bobby said, genius. You had a genius at the bench, and as much as we'd love to hear from him today, I think he's in the US. So, Coach Al, anong sentiments po ni Coach Tim Cohn? Does he want to still coach for the national team after this stint?
Actually, pinilit lang namin mag-coach ngayon dito, di ba? Pinilit namin siya but he's really willing. Ayaw niya mag-quit when he said yes already. Kung magko-coach siya ng national team, again, depende sa schedule eh. The guy, you have to understand, the guy cannot coach this and then coach in the PBA. Season ng PBA, tapos ganito, di ba? Saan mo isisingit yung ensayo? That's the main point eh. Paano nila i-organize? That's why, again, tama si Chairman, kailangan may summit. We have to know the schedule. Di ba? Uulitin ko. doon sa 60 na list, naging 37 ba yun na list. Kalahati doon UAP, lalaro UAP ngayon. Di ba? So, hindi talaga pwede. I think, yung kay Coach Tim, di ba, sabi niya nga, magbabakasyon lang siya, I want to go back to Ginebra. That's my mother team. So, as of now, wala siyang decision.
Yung list pala, hindi lang 60. Pwedeng 200, 300. Yun ang nakarating sa amin doon. So, pwede palang buong PBA 12, pati reserve, pwede pala namin ilagay sa
Dayan, pwede ka nga kita i-line up doon eh. Pwede. Hanggang 300, 350, pwede.
Walang limit.
Wala.
Walang limit yung list. Walang
Yeah.
limit. Yung first list. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Okay. Yung nga, napag-usapan kanina, ito lang, imagine, sobrang, alam naman ng tao, may temper ako, galit na galit talaga ako doon. When I saw my chairman and my vice chairman inside the dugout na hindi nila alam kung anong gagawin. Nandun lang sila. And against China, they're sitting, cute na itong dalawa. Nung nakita ko, mas cute pa eh. Kasi ang liit na eh. Di ba? Cute na yung dalawa, nakita pa. Pero after that, of course, we won, no? But before going there, they're not complaining at all. We requested the longest time to give them this, to give them that. Wala. Ang nakagawa pa ng paraan para makakuha si Vice Chairman ng ID is si Commissioner. Hindi dun sa loob. Kinuha niya outside na source dito sa Manila. Yeah, sa ambassador, no? Nakagawa siya ng paraan. Ang masakit doon, nakuha niya yung ID niya last game. Doon lang siya nakapasok. No, both of them, sa kanya, binigay sa kanya, may ID siya, pero boxing lang. Tapos pinalitan nila, gano'n. Diba? So, yun lang. Pag yung lahat ng complaints mo, if you're gonna look at them, matatawa ka na lang eh. Kaya sabi ko, ang ulan titigil din, sisikat din ng araw. So, I'm trying my best to motivate the players, motivate yung coach ko. Kasi alam ko, imagine, lumipad. And we fixed the gym. Lahat. I told them, ayusin nyo yan. Wala naman kami alam doon ni Commissioner eh. Ayos na. Kompleto na, ganyan. Anak na kabayo, walang bola. Paano kayo maglalaro? No, bawal naman yun.
Okay, anong dadala ng bola talaga kung host country?
Pag host country, you're gonna use their ball.
Hindi nagdadala bola ng teams.
Diba? Wala. Doon na, tinginan. Jack and Poy na lang sila. Wala eh. Diba? Kami ni Com, we arrange the merienda para pagdating lang makakain muna bago makapunta doon, di ba? So, ganun pala nung nasa China kami. Ilang beses kami nakipag-away doon para makapasok lang. Yeah. Kasi ano sila eh. Muntik ako nakulong eh. Oo. Kasi to enter, meron silang yung parang sa airport. Tapos pagdaan mo, lalabas yung mukha mo. Matik yun. So yung mga walang accreditation na kailangan namin, yung mga PT, yung mga na gumagamot sa may mga injury, dumating sila tapos na yung laro. Dayan, did you know that? Our PTs, we left, kunyari 24. Dumating yung mga PTs namin 27 na madaling araw. Wala kaming PT. Hindi na-approve. Well, hindi nakapasok sa dagat. So, nilulusot. Ang gagawin ko, kunyari, ito, nag-check. Lalapit ako. Papakita kong gano'n. Hey, is this okay? Is this okay? Dumadaan sila sa likod. Para hindi matititit. Pero mo?
Huwag na yung sulat yun, ha?
Oo, yun na yung sulat yun. 6 days. 6 games. Gano'n ang ginagawa ko. Takip. Tapos papadaanin namin sa likod. Pagdating doon, bubuksan yung pinto ng mga Chinese, di ba? Tatanungin si Arab ko. Tatanungin. Kasi nasa gilid siya eh. How many are you? Kasi 25 lang ang pwede, di ba? 26. 21 lang ang pwede sa dagat. How many? Ito naman, kunyari mag-iisip. 21. 35 kami sa loob. Anak na kabayo. Hindi. Talaga nilalak namin yung pinto.
Huwag na yung susulat yan, ha?
Hindi. Yun na lang ang paraan eh. Kasi Siyempre, wala kaming PT, wala kaming ano. Tapos pag lumalamang tayo, yung mga PT natin sa Kapolboy, nasa gilid lang eh. Pinaalis nila. Gusto nila doon, sa loob. Eh, kami nga ni Commissioner, eto, sa araw-araw ng ginawa ng Diyos, sinisita. Kasi pag papasok siya, you cannot go up, inaakit siya. So, nakakatuwa.
Can I just have a follow-up, Chairman Ricky? You said that somebody told you that even your God cannot help you. Can you give us a little more context to that conversation, like how it started?
Nagano kami ng accreditation. So isang Chinese na talaga siya ang may hawak. Sabi, it's basketball again. Yun na yung laptop, umalis. Hindi na bumalik. Eh, ang dami din sports na hindi pa na-accredit. So, nadamay sila ng basketball. So, yun, balik ulit. Basketball again, even your God cannot help you.
But you were asking for just the accreditation of your team yung pagdating nyo
Siguro
doon?
nakulitan na o ano, kasi sagad na, yun ang sinabi. So, ganun lang. Third or fourth day, yun ang sinabi na sa amin. Even God cannot help you. Oo. Tinulungan din nila lang, tinulungan tayo sa taas.
Sabi kasi,